Is your AI actually making you money? We're claiming that these cutting edge AI tools can generate more leads than you can handle, help you close deals faster than ever before, free up your time, all the while helping you crush your goals. Those are really bold claims, but how do you know if they are valid? In today's video, we show you how to measure and track AI's impact on your business. Okay, welcome back to our session. Today is day 37 in our 100-day series, and we're going to be talking about the measuring of return on investment and tracking your progress. And the whole idea is to help you quantify the impact of AI on your business. So yesterday we talked about building your AI toolkit and how you can use AI in lead generation, property valuation, and things like virtual tours and virtual staging. Now, if you applied those things to your business, how do you know if they are actually returning anything in terms of positive revenue for your business? So in today's session, we'll be looking at the return on investment, how you work out if there's profitability, and how you can target the right aspect of your business for increase and for improvement and for investment. So just to recap, yesterday we talked about AI toolkit. I've already mentioned that we looked at lead generation, property valuation, virtual tours. We also talked about setting your goals and selecting the right tool to target those goals. So if you're doing lead generation, you might want to look at tools like Customer.ai, or you might want to look at some social media platforms to target your the right demographic and your ideal customer profile or ideal client profile, ICP. Today is all about return on investment and trying to quantify what your investment looks like at the end of the day. So what is return on investment? It's just a metric to measure the profitability of an investment. So that refers to your cost benefit analysis. So what's it costing you versus what's coming back into your business? Are you going to assess it based on percentage changes in certain metrics, or are you actually going to look at the numbers, the financial numbers, and use that to determine if it's worth it or not? Either way, it's something that you need to measure. So the first thing to do is make sure you identify the right performance indicators. So what are these indicators? They're essentially things that demonstrate to you that you are moving towards your goal. So here's that word again, goal. Your goal is paramount. So there's no point deploying anything AI if you've got no goal for that deployment. If you want more customers, more clients, that's all about lead generation. So you put the right tool to help you generate more leads. If your business goal is not about lead generation, but more about client satisfaction, then you have a different tool for that type of requirement. And you can speak to us to help you decide what the right tool is for the different goals that you have within your business. But the key thing is, regardless of what goal you have or what tool you put in place, you need to make sure that you're tracking the effectiveness of whatever you do have. So examples of key KPIs for real estate are: what is the rate of generation of leads? What are the conversion rates? When people make contact with your business, how quickly do they now convert to appointments and then do viewings? Has that gone up or gone down? How long is it taking to complete or even get to an offer stage after you've met a client? Is that changing? Are those numbers getting better? And what are your customer satisfaction rates? These are things you need to be checking. So as an example, for lead generation, you might want to focus on things like the AI chatbots, or you might want to focus on your advertising spend on your social media platforms and how that is bringing more people in to your personal website or your business website. And if the tool that you've put in is to use more automated valuation models to help set prices for the listings, then you want to know if those automated valuation values actually are close to what you get in the end from the valuation reports. So examples, I've already talked about examples of ways that you can decide to measure the leads or the performance of AI. So like lead generation rate. So this one will track the number of leads generated through AI power tools compared to the previous methods. Now, conversion rates, in this case, you're measuring how effectively AI tools are converting your leads into appointments or interested buyers. And then closing times is all about improvements in how long it takes for the viewer to view a property and then making an offer. Because the assumption would have to be that if one of your clients views a property that they are interested in, they'll make an offer pretty quickly. So you need to tailor your KPIs to your specific AI applications. So you want to measure speed, you want to measure accuracy, valuation accuracy, you want to measure if your chatbots are actually bringing the right clients relative to the properties that they are viewing. So the specific KPIs you choose would be the things that would lead you to decide if there is an actual improvement in the actual numbers that you're looking at. And you need to have numbers prior to introducing your AI solution and then numbers afterwards. So how do you track these things? Firstly, if you're fortunate enough to have an automated CRM data solution that has this information in it already, then it should be fairly straightforward for you to measure. So already your CRM might be measuring how long it's taking to convert and get clients to go from the initial phone call to booking a viewing. After the introduction of AI, if you know the date when this was put in, then you can also measure a few weeks after it's come in. The other solution that you can look at is website analytics, and this one's a free tool that will come from Google. You can use that Google Analytics dashboards to see if there's an increase in the number of people coming to your website, and if there isn't an increase, how long are people spending on your website and what pages are they most interested in. You can tie that back to the actual person that's on your website and the advert that brought them to your website. So this type of information and pulling those solutions together can be extremely informative for a business owner. And then you want to regularly check the data that's being collected and assess the reporting from your regular assessment. So it could be a weekly check or monthly check as well. So with your tracking tools, whichever solution you choose to go with, just make sure that you are measuring the exact same thing and the exact same baseline pre-AI and post-AI. There's no point changing the parameters afterwards, because then you're not comparing like for like. And I've mentioned already that you need to schedule time specifically to check the data and check the performance. But the key thing is to check the trend. So after you introduced AI, are things trending upwards or trending downwards? Also, don't be scared to use your spreadsheets, because at the end of the day, a lot of these tools are using similar logic and similar algorithms behind the scenes. So similar to the macros you probably have in your spreadsheets. And for all intents and purposes, the spreadsheets might be more useful for you than introducing a new AI tool if the AI tool doesn't have the analytics in place. So as with everything, sometimes you do have challenges and there are things you need to consider. So there might be difficulties in measuring the AI return on investment, and difficulty may stem from how long you need in order to be certain that AI is either a net benefit or a net loss. So be realistic with the time period that you have set. You may want to do maybe 2 or 3 months before AI comes in, and then 2 or 3 months afterwards. That might give you enough information. Also recall that depending on what you are measuring, it does take months to complete a purchase. So factor that into your timeline. The other thing you might want to look at is deploying stuff like chatbots, or the ability for your team to query chatbots to your employees or your colleagues. And by doing that, you can shorten the time difference between when you've deployed your AI and when you measure the net performance. And that's purely because if it's something like a chatbot where your employees are querying the chatbot for information about different deals or legal documents and the like, then you can very easily tell if there are improvements or not, because you have a lot more control over the environment and the permutations of that deployment. Then if you're in the lucky space where you have A/B testing, then A/B testing is an IT term where you can have two things being tested at the same time. So you have a certain chunk of your clients being handled by the traditional way of doing things, so the pre-AI way, and then you have another chunk being handled with the AI way, maybe your chatbot or your advertising on your social media. Then at some point you then measure and compare the results and see which is converting better. So there are many solutions and many benefits to deploying AI, but the key thing is you need to see what works best for you based on realistic terms, realistic timelines, and realistic considerations. Don't do things too short term. Some of these benefits can be seen only after a few months rather than something less than that. So to wrap things up, the importance of measuring and tracking progress cannot be overemphasized. The information you get back, the data you gather, would help you make informed decisions and would help you maximize your return on investment, or cause you to change strategies or focus your finances on a different goal rather than the initial one you had selected. And if you do find that you're overwhelmed by making these decisions, then reach out to specialists in this field, other organizations that are there to help you deploy automation and evaluate whatever information or whatever solutions you bring in. Autore.ai can also help you. We have a team of experts that would look at your particular situation and provide you with an AI audit, which in the whole would benefit your business. So we've provided you with a lot of information over the last few days, and the key thing now is to take action. So you know how to evaluate the return on your investment. You also know how to select which tool to use for which goal you have. So if you're looking for leads, there's a tool for that. If you're looking for better customer satisfaction, there's a tool for that. If you want to incorporate automated valuations into your workflows, there is also a tool for that. In fact, there are multiple tools for all of these things that I've just mentioned. Pick one, evaluate it, incorporate it into your business, measure the returns, and see if you want to double down on it or step back and find another goal or another tool. So that leaves me to talk about autore.ai. Our mantra is all about automating real estate with artificial intelligence. Now, not all automation is artificial intelligence based, but if it is, we would implement it. If it's not, we'd implement the automation. So we can bring chatbots into your business. What do chatbots do? Chatbots would make sure that your customers are being nurtured 24/7. It would also make sure that within your business, if you deployed one, it would help with onboarding. It would help with keeping track of changes in the industry and keeping track of some of your information in your legal documentation, if that is the function that you wanted to perform. So suffice to say that chatbots can do different things within your business. If you do decide to go with GPTs, and GPTs are essentially centrally held apps that would query whatever information you want them to query behind the scenes and provide the results and responses back to your employees and your colleagues. Do feel free to reach out to us. Visit our website, autore.ai, or send us an email to uwa@autore.ai. So thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Until next time, keep investing.